Week 7 pick'ems. A little barking action there. You too, boss. Going the Goat House is back with Week 7 picks. We pick every game all year long, every single week. We got you covered every year too, even every year. You got them ready. So we're trying to reach that 60K subscriber goal. So please help us out by subscribing to the channel. We have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, podcast, Patreon. A lot going on. A lot going on here. So link in the description and comments for anything that you may need. We're getting close to that 60K. That's awesome. Appreciate the support here. Let's take a look at the standings. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Juniors, he's sneaking away here. He's sneaking away.
Pigskin's falling behind.
He is falling behind.
What do you got to say about that, Pete?
Pete, I don't know what Pete's doing over there. He's not saying anything. I think he's a little disappointed.
He's been quiet all day.
It's because of the 58 wins. It's what it is. So Junior's got a pretty decent lead going over there. I got 63 as well as Danny. We're tied up at second place. Elite Trubisky leading the viewers leader at 68 is
what a beast.
Nuts.
It's about time Trubisky led something.
It's about damn time. We got 4 people tied with 66. That would tie Junior as well. So a lot of good pickers out there. A lot of good American pickers. Maybe they're not American. I don't know. But they're doing a good job. Elite Trubisky, though, that's impressive. 68. That might lead the whole planet right there. That's what that.
Sign this kid up, you're saying.
Sign him up. I don't know what just happened there. We're going on to the picks. Giants, Eagles, Thursday Night Football.
Absolute garbage game.
Absolute garbage game, he says.
Yeah, give me the Eagles. I mean, this is who I think should win the division. So, you got to start gathering up those wins, especially against division opponents here. But, yeah, I mean, if the Eagles lose this game, you heard it here first, they're in trouble.
They're in trouble?
I mean, they kind of already are. Well, I guess
not really in that division.
Eagles really, they're even more beat up than they already were. I mean, it's getting ugly, but I can't pick the Giants. I'm picking the Eagles. The Giants did get a win last week, but if you watch that game, they played to not lose. They played to punt the ball, and they got away with it against Washington. They ain't going to get away with it against the Eagles. I think Carson Wentz picks it up a little bit. I think he has a pick-me-up game. He's a pick-up game here. He's going to go out there, act like it's a pick-up game because he's playing the Giants, and that's going to force him to have a pick-me-up game. I don't know exactly what that means, and Pete still hasn't said a goddamn word, but that's all right.
I mean, the Giants do have a sneaky, decent defense.
Yeah, but I'm not really buying in
sneaky.
yet. I'm not really buying in.
We'll see, I guess, this week.
Well, me and Pete we're taking the Eagles.
Both of you?
I'm pretty sure Pete is.
Yeah, Pete's taking the Eagles. I'll answer for him. And you're taking the Eagles. And Old Yeller is also taking the Eagles. So that's a Goat House guarantee.
Right
That's a guaranteed Goat House guarantee.
It's a guarantee. It is. I think it qualifies. Yeah, so everyone for the Eagles there. Pretty good stuff. Thursday Night Football.
This next one's a good one.
Whoa. That is a good one. That's a good one. Lions and Falcons, they're both fresh off a nice one, a nice good win there. Offensive battle. I don't think there's going to be any defense in this game. Both teams showed some good defense last week, but will they do it against each other? This is one I'm just back and forth on. I don't even know.
What's Julio's status?
Julio, he's going to play.
He was hobbling.
He's fine.
He's fine?
You put the team on his back, though.
Yeah,
What's the status with these rumors of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones possibly being traded? Is it just a bunch of fucking baloney?
It's kind of baloney, I think. It's pretty much baloney. Well,
you can't say bullshit on YouTube.
You can't say bullshit on
just
YouTube.
Dropped an F-bomb.
That's allowed.
You can't say bullshit, though.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we're not allowing
baloney
here.
Now.
Matt Ryan, I don't think really can. I don't think they would be smart for them to trade him unless they got a really good pick back, because they'll suffer quite a bit of a loss there in the cap situation. Julio, I think, is just too valuable to them. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think any of that's going to happen. And they're back on track. Well, let's start with Pete. I'll just say who he's picking. He's picking he's picking the Lions. Pete's picking the Lions. That's what he's got. Old Yeller is also picking the Lions.
Whoa.
He's picking the Lions. That's what he's got.
Well, I am also picking the Lions.
Junior's picking the Lions. He's
Even
picking
more woe.
Well, it's not really a woe, but
not really at all.
Not really a woe at all. I just think that I don't know. I mean, the Falcons' defense looked good last week, but it was against Kirk Cousins, so you can't really can't really take too much from their defense.
What are you trying to say?
We know Kirk has an issue. So yeah, I mean, I'm going with the Lions. I feel good about it. In my plums.
This is I'm just back and forth on it right now. Give me the damn Falcons. Give them to me. Raheem Morris. Raheem is the guy. They're turning it around. I don't know if they're actually turning it around. But the Lions didn't make that change yet. Patricia might need to go. He was able to, but he could still game plan defensively. But he was able to do that against the Jags. I don't know if he does that against the Falcons. I think Falcons at home. They're fresh off that stinker that the Vikings laid, and yeah, I think they're gonna keep. It's a Matt versus Matt battle. Stafford versus Ryan. I think Ryan maybe plays slightly better game, but I can't really trust either defense. It's a toss-up game. Give me the Falcons.
I'm taking the Falcons as 2, and because they are at home. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a toss-up. Boom. That's a toss-up one there. Yeah.
You betrayed me, Dan.
Why?
You betrayed me.
Why, man?
Because the pick you just made. What do you mean, why?
Sorry, dude.
Browns, Bengals. It feels like they just played. They just played on a Thursday night. Ended up being kind of close, even though the Browns controlled the game. Now the Browns are fresh off a stinker. They just lay it against the Steelers. The Bengals just kind of they were up 21-0 on the Colts, and they blew that one away. So yeah, do they split? Do the Bengals get this one this time around? Look like their offense is really getting going last time. It might be getting better as the season goes on with the young core that they have. Yeah, what do you guys got?
Give me the Browns. I think that for some reason I feel like the Bengals are one of those teams that are like unintentionally tanking. I think they just want to continue to grow because it feels like they're in games but they just can't shut the door. And I don't know, they're one of those teams that have shown signs.
Talking to your mic?
I think so. Yeah, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just my take. I think they're one of those teams. Unlike the Jets, who have showed zero promise, the Bengals have showed promise in certain areas of their game, but they just don't really close the door, so I think that they kind of want to lose.
You know what else is pretty promising? That Browns running offense. Give me the Browns.
Even without Nick Chubb?
Even without Nick Chubb.
Last time the Bengals just couldn't tackle Nick Chubb. Now they don't got him.
But you also got Kareem Hunt.
I'm still taking the Browns. It should be a good one, though. Could go either way. Game ended up being close last time. Yeah, I just think the Browns just got too much. Maybe on both sides of the ball. Just not enough pass rush was the factor last time. It seems to be the weakness for the Browns, and the Bengals just don't have enough pass rush. They're going to have to come up with some nice blitzes or something, but I don't know if they got it in them. Coaching hasn't been too great. I'll take the Browns. Definitely a different matchup than the Steelers, and it looks like Pete is also going with the Browns, and it looks like Yeller is also going with the Browns. So that's a Goat House guarantee, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means.
It's a guarantee.
That means it's a guarantee. Next game, the Steelers and the Titans, maybe the game of the week here. The top two teams in my power rankings. Maybe the best defense in football versus the best offense in football. Some key injuries. Devin Bush now going to miss the season for the Steelers. And Taylor Lewan going to miss the season for the Titans. Well, we know what Pete's taking. Even though he's not speaking up, we know that Pete's going to go ahead and take his Titans. I think he's having a good time. I think that they're having a good time. He's having a good time. Everyone's having a good time. He's going to keep going with it. And let's get old Yeller out of the way, too. His pick is the Titans.
Whoa.
Okay.
What are you guys going with?
Steelers hater.
Known's who?
Old Yeller.
Oh, well-known Steelers hater?
Well-known.
All right. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's fun
I
fact.
thought he was a big Heinz Squirts hater, no?
I think so. I don't know why. That guy means well.
He does a fine job, that guy.
I mean, I agree. Give me the Steelers.
Junior's taking the Steelers.
I'm getting the Steelers. I mean, the Titans have looked good. This is going to be a good game. Like you said, the Titans have looked good, but in their last game, there were just moments. Some of the throws that Tannehill was making, like as he got hit, split second, kind of great throws, but also throws I don't think he's going to make on a weekly basis. He's good.
Why not, though?
Tannehill's been pretty good.
Because some of those where you just like sneak through there, I hate using the word lucky. It's not a lucky throw. It's just like that situation he made the throw, but it's not something I could rely on him to do because I don't know. I just think that the Steelers defense it's going to be probably the best defense they've played so far, and this is going to be a competitive game. It's going to be a really, really good game.
So this is how I break it down. Can the Steelers offense keep up with the Titans offense? Yes or no?
Sure.
I would say yes.
Can the who's got a better defense? Steelers or Titans?
Steelers.
There we go. I'm taking the Steelers.
Yeah, I could see that.
And this is my squeaker of the week. I apologize.
It's your squeaker of the week?
Squeaker
All right, squeaker of the week for Dan. And, yeah, another one that I'm back and forth on here. And I was kind of feeling the Titans until I learned that Taylor Lewan, towards ACL, going to be out for the year against the best pass rush. They're going to be coming after him. But still, Derrick Henry can get things going. I mean, he can win a game on his own. That can also open things up for the passing game. Steelers have been dominating stopping the run, though, but this is a new challenge with Derrick Henry and without Devin Bush. So you kind of play both sides there. Something I've noticed is that the Steelers, they played 5 games. They're 5-0, played 5 games, and they've played 4 at home. All 4 have been the last 4 games. Their last away game was Week 1 at the Giants. A little sloppy. It was Week 1. So that is why I give the advantage to the Titans there. A little bit of traveling for the Steelers could be the difference. I think Derrick Henry plays a solid game, a good enough game to keep the Steelers defense on their toes. Carson Wentz was actually able to throw the ball on the Steelers secondary. So I think Ryan Tannehill can do that with the threat of Derrick Henry. Some injuries I think Adoree Jackson will be back, and that will be key for a struggling Titans secondary. We'll see if Jonnu Smith plays. That actually could be tough if he's not in. That's a big-time threat there. But a couple guys questionable, like David DeCastro, which I think he'll play, but some key guys questionable for the Steelers as well. But definitely a game that can go either way. Titans at home, getting some fans back in the stadium. That could be the difference there. That could be the difference. They had some last, even against the Bills, and that was, 2 weeks ago. And that was big. That was big. It's gonna be a good one though.
Big.
Yeah. Next game. Panthers Saints. Saints off a bye, and they haven't really looked themselves this year. Panthers were on a streak. The Bears stopped that streak, though. They played a pretty good defense there. And that's what makes this one a good one. Divisional game, we really don't know where the Saints are at right now. They got kind of a struggling, mainly secondary defense. Their offense a little inconsistent, but we know they got big playability there, and they can just march the ball down the field at any point. Panthers got some offense together for the most part this season, and they're not facing the Bears defense this week, so it's not like that bad matchup. That was the reason a lot of us picked the Bears is because that matchup going against that defense, and that worked out. But I think it's a different matchup. It is in New Orleans, but
I love when you talk well about the Bears.
I'm gonna take the Saints still. I think it'll be a lot closer than people think. I think it's another toss-up. I happen to see the line in this game, and the Saints are favored around 7.5, which I think is too much. I think it's a solid matchup for the Panthers. That doesn't mean they win, but I think the difference is the bye week for the Saints. I think having that time to prepare to get a game plan going, Sean Payton can do wonders with that going against this young Panthers team. But I think it'd be a good game.
I'm taking the Saints at home as well.
I'm taking the Saints as my squeaker of the week here.
Squeaker,
eh?
I do. This is gonna be a close game. I feel like the Panthers are gonna kind of return to form in terms of what they like to run on offense. Like you said, they're not playing as good of a defense, but I still think that the Saints are gonna bounce back.
Go Dallas guarantee. The other guys are taking the Saints as well. I was surprised somebody didn't throw a Panthers out there. Maybe not that surprised, but they could make it happen. Don't sleep on the Panthers. Even though I picked against them, I'm still saying don't sleep on the Panthers. Bills and Jets.
All right.
This is a Goat House guarantee.
Woo. All right, I think we're moving on here. Cowboys and Washington football team here. They both off a tough one. Cowboys got destroyed Monday Night Football against the Cardinals. They're pretty beat up, but I thought guys like Dalton, like Zeke, would play better. Gallup dropping a touchdown. I thought those guys would play better, but they are pretty beat up. Washington had a chance to beat the Giants. What I gathered from that game was the Giants played to not lose. They played to punt the ball, and then they still won. That ended up working, so that's pretty bad for Washington there. So basically, I don't really want to pick either of these teams to win based off their last performance. See, offensive line is a big problem for the Cowboys because how beat up it is, and they got a pretty good pass rush coming after them. But can Washington's offense keep up? But is that a thing? Keep up with the Cowboys' offense now that there's no Dak and there's Dalton. So that's another toss-up game.
Zeke bounces back. Give me the Cowboys.
He's taking the boys.
Dalton bounces back. Give me the Cowboys.
Love it.
both Dalton and Zeke bounce back. Give me the Cowboys.
Love it.
I just can't. I don't know.
It's tough picking the. I almost just said the bad word. It's tough picking the football team.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, especially after that last one. Even though they almost had it, went for 2 to do it. Pete is taking the boys, I believe. Yeah, and Old Yeller is taking the boys as well. That's what it says here in my notes. So that's what I got.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Another Goat House guarantee.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. It's hard to pick either of those teams. Packers Texans. So Packers might have got exposed a little bit last week by the Buccaneers. They kind of showed the rest of the NFL. You got to give them some pressure. You got to blitz them. That changes the game. Looks like a whole different team. The Texans they're a decent blitzing team. They blitz quite a bit, but it feels like because of that Bucs tape, what the Bucs did, that a lot of teams are going to do that, and that actually could throw off the Packers. But I'm still taking the Packers because they're playing simple, the much better team. The Texans will blitz. Maybe it could throw off Rodgers here and there, but I think they'll be able to move the ball pretty well against Texans defense. I think Aaron Jones has a pretty big game in this one. Texans run D might just be the worst in football. It could be a high-scoring game, though. The Texans offense certainly isn't a problem for themselves. It could be a problem for the Packers, but Packers need to get some more pressure in this game. They didn't do that against the Buccaneers. I'm confident they'll do it, but I still think somewhat of a high-scoring game here, but I'll take the Packers.
Yeah, I'm going to take the clearly better team here.
Are we going to do it?
I think we're doing it.
We're doing it? All right, we're doing it. We're all taking the Packers. Everyone's taking the Packers, but could be a good offensive game. If you enjoy those high-scoring offensive games, that might be your game there. I don't know. Next, we got the Seahawks and the Cardinals. Seahawks off a bye. They're undefeated, one of the best contending teams in football. Cardinals are fresh off a pretty big win against the Cowboys, dominating fashion, but the Cowboys did look like a pretty bad team. They're pretty beat up, but this could be a good one here. Division battle. Last time these two teams met, the Cardinals gave them the business. That was at the end of the year. Seahawks were a little beat up during that game, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one.
I just changed my pick. I was going to go with Seattle, but I'm going to be the guy who takes the Cardinals.
See, I thought I was going to be the only guy. I am taking the Cardinals as well. I think I really thought I was going to be the only person doing it. It's back and forth here. I can argue both sides. I think that game plan that the Cardinals had against the Cowboys is a very similar game plan that you could have against Seattle to beat them. Minnesota was actually getting some good pressure on Russell Wilson. They were slowing them down a little bit until the end. With the blitzes, the Cardinals, Vance Joseph, they drew up some good blitzes against the Cowboys. Now you're going against Russell Wilson, so a lot tougher. But I think that could slow them down enough. It's not going to stop them. And I think they're getting Cardinals on offense. They're getting Kenyon Drake going. He exploded against Seattle last year. And Kyler Murray, they're starting to run on design plays more and more. He was taking off previously. Now they got him going on design plays, and that'll keep Seattle on their toes. Like, is he going to run? Are they giving it to Drake? Are they throwing it? What are they doing here? So, and that kind of that's what happened against Seattle at the end of the year last year. They don't have Chandler Jones to get all those sacks, but that's kind of the tough part. But yeah, it's definitely one I'm back and forth on because, like I said, Cardinals, sending the blitz. At Seattle, that could backfire because Russell Wilson could pick that apart, find somebody open. So I'm feeling the Cardinals at home though in the division battle. Just a feeling here.
Okay, you did bring up Vance Joseph, and with that being said, I am actually taking the Seahawks. Russell Wilson is going to have the time of his life. I mean, me and the boys were both taking the Seahawks, Pete and Yeller, and I mean,
all right,
it's just a better team. Do we know if Jamal Adams is back?
Questionable. I kind of expect him to be back.
Okay.
This could be similar to the Patriots game, though. Remember, they couldn't really figure out how to stop Cam Newton running. It's a little more power running compared to Kyler Murray. But, I don't know what they're going to do there. I don't know how they're going to game plan for that. It's going to keep them on their toes. I think it could be a matchup problem, but it could be on the opposite side, too. I think both offenses should have a good day. Here's the thing, though. Kyler Murray needs to be more accurate with the ball. Even though you could say played a pretty good game. The Cardinals played a pretty good game against the Cowboys. He was off target on some guys that were wide open, but I don't think I think he'll be more accurate. I'm banking on that. Yeah.
Battle of the Birds
should be a good one. We're going with me and Danny with the upset there. I got some wild picks this week. We got some that are pretty split that could honestly Junior can be even further in first.
Love it. Are we doing it?
Are we doing it? I don't know. The Broncos just beat the Patriots.
I still think we're doing it.
It's going to snow.
Still think we're doing it.
I think that kind of sides towards Mahomes even more.
Yeah.
In the snow.
Mm-hmm.
He just, I don't want to say balled out, but he played pretty well in a downpour against the Bills, beat them. Yeah, we're all going with the Chiefs, though, but the Broncos do get better, as they're getting healthier here with Drew Lock back, Phillip Lindsay back. Look fantastic against the Patriots. They're going to need to get the ball in the damn end zone, though. They were dominating that game, and they kind of relied on a bunch of field goals. That's not going to beat the Chiefs. They may be able to get the ball in the end zone a little more, but not enough. Chiefs are just better. Mahomes in the snow, better. Chiefs.
Le'Veon Bell.
I don't think he gets too much action, but yeah, he could get a little action. Clyde Edwards-Helaire's looking just fine. Elaire's looking just fine. This should be a good one. Niners and Patriots here. Niners fresh off an impressive win against the Rams. Maybe they're back on track. Maybe the Niners are back. And the Patriots, pretty sloppy against the Broncos, I have to say here. Pretty damn sloppy. So, previously, the Niners were a little sloppy. The Patriots were looking pretty good when healthy. So, which Niners are going to show up? Which Patriots are going to show up?
So, I went on record last week saying that the Patriots don't lose 2 in a row, and they lost 2 in a row. I'm going to go on record saying that the Patriots don't lose 3 in a row.
All right.
Especially being at home.
Yep, give me the Patriots as well. We kind of knew Cam was going to be a little off, not being able to taste and smell and whatnot coming off.
True,
COVID,
that's a good point.
So we knew that was coming. We knew he had a meatball day coming. So, yeah, got to take the Patriots.
Old Yeller's taking the Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots as well. I think Cam has a day running. I think they come out running Cam, and that's going to throw off the Niners. I think they'll struggle a little bit with that. Not going to be terrible, but I think that will be a factor, and that'll open up the passing game. And these corners look pretty good, though. Jason Verrett and Emmanuel Mosley look really good, so that could be a factor. And I also like the way the Patriots' defense matchups against the Niners, a little different than the Rams. And no Mostert. Mostert's able to get in there and kind of get some good, even though he's a speed guy, able to get some good power runs going. Bursting for a few extra yards after contact. Patriots aren't going to allow that to happen. Mostert's out anyways, and then it'll make Jimmy G's job a little harder, especially going against guys like Gilmore, J.C. Jackson. This McCourty, this secondary. So I like the way the matchup favors New England at home, especially there. But it's not going to be a go house guarantee because Pete is actually going with the Niners. I think he liked what he saw last week from the Niners. They may just be back on track. Kyle Shanahan showing that he's an excellent game planner. And the Patriots, they look pretty damn sloppy. If that Patriots team shows up again and again, they're not going to have a pretty record at the end of the year there. But maybe it's just a little bit of rust. Maybe.
Yep.
That could be a good one, though. Definitely could be a good one, folks. Next game is the Jags and the Chargers. Justin Herbert's looking good, but they still have yet to get a win with Justin Herbert. So they're on a bit of a losing streak, and they had a bye week. I don't know if that helps or hurts or helps them, whatever. The Jags looked pretty decent to start the year. They're on the struggle bus, but here's their chance here against the Chargers team. But
this is pretty easy.
You think it's pretty easy?
Herbert has played Mahomes, Brady, and Breeze, and now he's playing Minshew. I think it's a clear cut. But
it doesn't really have to do with the other team's quarterback, though.
Well, the other teams have
the Jags do have to fly all the way to L.A. That's a long flight.
It's a long flight.
Is everybody taking the Chargers?
I'm taking the Chargers.
All right, we're going to do one of these. I will say this, though. As good as Herbert looked, even in losses, he's kind of had that mistake late in game. Not really the Saints game. I know Malcolm Jenkins did drop a pick, and we'd probably be blaming Herbert a little more if he caught that. But if it happens, if it's a close game, it happens again. He still puts up all those yards, those touchdowns, but they lose. It's a little bit of a problem. They just can't finish games. They can't lose. So this is what I'm getting to. This is an absolutely must win. I mean, you could say that about the Jaguars too because they're on a losing streak. But I mean, at this team, do they really care if they're? I mean, I know the players do, but I mean, they're a rebuild team. I think the Chargers are just better on both sides of the ball. I think, like I say every single week, it's about having the right game plan against the Jags offense. Gus Bradley. Great defensive mind on the Chargers there. They'll have the correct game plan. They'll play a bit more press man like these other teams been doing. Easier to stop Minshew. Force him to throw deep. That's how you beat him. I think they'll take care of business here. We all got the Chargers. Next game is the Sunday night football game, Foot B game. Real good one. We got Tom Brady versus John Gruden and the boys. Bucks versus Raiders in Las Vegas in that new stadium. That's looking so damn good.
Yeah. Give me the Bucks. I think that we kind of touched on it in our recap news video, but I think that the bye week is going to do more harm for the Raiders. I think they're going to kind of try to outsmart themselves and overthink this game. I mean, Brady's coming off a monster game. The Buccaneers in general coming off a monster game. I think that's going to kind of get the momentum going. They had a tough loss against the Bears. They kind of got back rolling against the Packers, and now they're going to continue that kind of momentum.
Okay. Pete's. Oh, whoa.
Hey!
Pete's taking the Bucks. Pete is taking the Bucks. I have a reasoning.
Well, I'm taking the Bucks as well. They got their weapons coming back. They're rolling.
Yeah.
Take the Bucks.
I'm gonna take the Bucks. Raiders fans they're not gonna be happy with us.
Okay.
But it's not a go house guarantee because Old Yeller is going with the Raiders at home. But back on my pick, I'm taking the Bucks in a really good game here. Because I think both teams they actually average the same exact amount of points, exactly the amount of points per game. So we know both teams will score. We know both teams can score, and I just look at the difference on defense. I really like this Bucs defense. I think that'll be the difference. They're getting more and more pressure every week here. They're adding blitzes to their game. They got a complete defense that can do that. So I think they'll get after Carr enough that'll force that extra big play. Overall, I think Carr and the Raiders offense could have a pretty good game. I just trust the Buccaneers defense a little more here. And you look at the difference, the pressure coming after Brady versus the pressure coming after Carr. I think there's a bit of a difference there. I think the talent of pressure, but which quarterback's affected a little more by pressure. So for those reasons, I think a lot just points to the Bucs. Even though it's really close, I think most of those tight things kind of point towards the Bucs. But Yeller is feeling the Raiders at home, so he's Lone Ranger over there. That's really excited out for that one. There's a lot of good ones. A lot of real good ones.
Speaking of which,
Monday
Bears.
Night Football, defensive battle, Bears, Rams, Foles, Goff. What happened with the Rams? On Sunday night, the Niners may have exposed the Rams. They may have showed the rest of the league how you beat them. And that's to establish the run first because you can run on them, and that will open up the pass game. But your Chicago Bears can't really establish a run game. So is that kind of backfire on them against this team like the Rams? I don't know.
It certainly does there, Riz, but nobody could stop the Bears. I'm taking the Bears.
Junior is going with the Bears?
of course.
Okay.
That's all.
That's
That's
it?
all, yeah. Confidence.
Yeah.
Pete's taking the Rams.
Of course.
Little jerk.
Good thing I didn't pick the Titans.
Yeller's taking the Rams.
Oh, of
We
course.
expected.
I think an extremely
Come on,
low,
do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right
extremely
thing.
low. Just staring at me. Low
Do the right-
scoring game. I can't do it.
Do the right thing.
I'm
Ready
taking
for
the
these.
Rams. I'm taking the Rams. I like the way their defense matches up with the Bears. Like I said, how you beat the Rams, the Niners got the keys to success. You establish the run game first. That makes things easier for the quarterback. But the Bears can't seem to do it, and they very well could in this game. They could get it going. But I'm not really predicting that to happen. Honestly, I really and the Bears defense is great. I think they match up pretty much the same against almost anybody, and they could win this game alone. But I just really, really like how the Rams match up against the Bears offense. The Rams got that interior pressure with Aaron Donald. I think he could give them some struggles. James Daniels out for the season. And he kind of gets that pressure against everyone. I think the Niners had a good game plan for him. But they bring the blitz, too. The Rams are a very solid blitzing team. I think they'll send that. They're going to run a lot of press man. And the Bears are winning in the passing game, mainly with kind of the smaller throws. They'll have the occasional shot, but they're going to force Foles to throw it deep. They got a pretty good set of defensive backs, but Jalen Ramsey should be on Allen Robinson there. But I just really like the way they match up. I think it's not like playing the Niners. It's a totally different game, but it's whatever defense makes that big time play, I think wins the game. I'm going with the Rams. I'm going with the Rams here.
I'm not sad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, it's all right. We're gonna get a leg up on these guys.
Leonard Floyd revenge game.
Let's see him almost get to the quarterback this week.
Almost get to the
Oh,
quarterback.
he'll get there.
Almost.
No, he'll get there.
Aaron Donald might get there.
Oh, he's definitely getting there.
He might get there. I think they're a pretty good blitzing team. I think they're going to use that in this game with Aaron Donald and.
Well, Foles just knows where the ball needs to go.
Yeah, I think this is going to be. This literally could be 10-7, final.
I
Like
agree.
it's 6-3 even. Probably not.
No squeaker of the week out of you?
Oh, this is a squeaker. This is my squeaker. I was saving it for this one. So 3 of us for the Rams, 2 for the Bears. Definitely want to. It's probably gonna be one of those classic Bears games where it's gonna come down to the end. Kind of, they really do it last week. I mean, the Panthers had a shot, but it felt like the Bears were pretty comfy the whole time.
Yeah, I thought we dominated them, not just on the scoreboard though.
Yeah,
We didn't score enough points, but we dominated them.
Yeah. That should be a good one, though. Should be a good one. A lot of good games this week. It's going to decide a lot. Oh, we're not even done. I was kind of starting to wrap it up. But we got whoa. Graphics guy, man. Get these guys out of here. Get them out of here.
All right, you can leave me there. No, you leave me there. Giving it to the Dolphins. 2 a time is in full effect. Give him the bye week to learn what he's got to do and get rolling.
The Vikings, Dalvin Cook hurt. They're trying to get him back. They got a couple other guys beat up. The offensive line looks like shit. But I'm still not picking the Vikings because you just can't pick the Vikings to win anything right now. So I'm going to pick the Dolphins as well. Because Tua, I don't know if it looks like Pete's been cracking up this whole time. I don't know what he's cracking up about, but
He's a rascal. He's a rascal.
Where was I at? Oh, yeah, Tua time. I like Tua. I don't know if this is the right decision. You can argue yes and no. They're winning, but at the end of the day, it's the decision they made, and it's time to get prepared for that. And this is a perfect opportunity. So the Dolphins win the bye week, easy.
Dan?
Yes.
Who wins the bye week for you, man?
I'm taking the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
All right, now it's time for Pigskins Pete.
Yeah, there you go.
Favorite players of the bye week is something we do every single year. What do you got for us?
Well, since Pete's not here, I'm taking over. For the Colts, I'm taking one of my favorite players of all time, Anthony Costanzo. Put him in there.
Players of all time.
All time.
Are these your favorite
These
players?
These are my favorite players. For the Dolphins, I am taking one of my favorite players of all time, Fitzmagic.
Fair.
Put him in there.
Fair.
For the Vikings, I'm going to go with the player that I've always respected in those
Thielen.
NFC North battles. I'm just hyping this way up more than Pete. I think this should be my
Yeah,
thing.
I think we should. Yeah. Let's not even tell him.
Let's not even
see
tell
if he
him.
watches this. I don't know if he even watches.
Yeah.
He's sitting there with a
NFC North
smoke.
battles, wide receiver, Adam Thielen. And then wrapping it up with the Ravens, one of the greatest players in the league right now, I would say, Lamar Jackson.
All right.
Clap it up.
You dropped the phone.
I did. I was getting a little hyped.
Here you go.
Thank
Through
you.
the legs. Through the legs. Okay. Well, all right.
That was fantastic.
Yeah,
That
we
was-
did a
that
good
was
job.
fun.
Without Pete, I know it's a tough task.
It was
and,
a shorter video. We apologize.
Yeah, it's because Pete's not here.
He's not here to give us his insight.
Got him.
Damn it.
Finally got him.
Got him.
It took to week 7, but I got him. Some people probably still didn't even notice it, but because it was really quick. But that's gonna do it. We're here every single week making our picks for every game. We got all kinds of videos on the channel. Plenty more to come. Always adding more. We got Twitter, Patreon, a lot going on those. Link in the description, comments. Check them out. Subscribe. Turn notifications on. Smash that like button. That's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.